Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the associates across the globe. My name is Sudha Reddy and I'm from Planet Mahendra Satyam. And today, on this special day of World International Women's Day, I would take an immense pleasure to invite two very special guests at our studio, Dr. Suman Jain and Mrs. Ratnavali. Dr. Suman Jain is the Chief Executive Officer from Venkaya Vipula Memorial Blood Bank. She has been doing a research on thalassemia and sickle cell anemia, and she is also a very active member of the society. And we also have Ratnavali, who is the Vice President of the society, and she also happens to be a parent of one of the child who is no more in this world. So this actually made her get into this society and work towards this very dreadful disease. So I welcome you all to this special show. So welcome, ma'am. Welcome. And would you like to tell us about yourself, what the society works, before we actually get into the conversation?
This Thalassemia and Sickle Cell Society was formed in 1998 with 20 children.
Okay.
And all the well-wishers, doctors and parents, they came forward and formed this society. And now we are having around 1300 children.
Mm-hmm.
And this, why we came, and we are so thankful to Planet Satyam, because this disease need lot of awareness.
Okay.
It is very much a preventive disorder,
Mm-hmm.
which we can prevent if the awareness is created into the world. So that is very important for us to come here, and also to take care of the children who are with us. So these are the two things which our society wants to do.
Wonderful, wonderful. So having said that, would you like to tell us what exactly this disease is, thalassemia? I think thalassemia is also known as sickle cell anemia.
No,
So
no,
it's
no.
a different thing.
It is different.
Okay. So what is thalassemia? Because there is a confusion, because people usually think thalassemia is also called sickle cell anemia.
No.
So could you tell us what is thalassemia?
Thalassemia is a genetic blood disorder where both the parents carry this defective gene, and because they are carrying this defective gene, which is responsible for formation of hemoglobin.
Okay.
So as the parents, they carry the defective gene and another gene is there, so there is no problem with the parents.
Okay.
When both the carriers get married, then there is a problem of forming of hemoglobin.
Okay.
So every pregnancy there is a 25% chance the child will be thalassemia major if
Okay.
both the carrier parents get married because of lack of awareness. So in this case, the child is very much normal when they born,
Okay.
and when they are around 3 months age and all, then there is the switch over from fetal hemoglobin to adult hemoglobin, which can't take place, and that is the reason the child is not able to form their own hemoglobin, and they need blood transfusion once in 15 days for their survival.
Okay. So what are the symptoms of this disease, and how do you diagnose it?
Child is very much normal at birth,
Mm-hmm.
and all naming ceremony was taken place and all, but around the age of 3 months, the child is, as there is no hemoglobin, the function of hemoglobin to carry oxygen from one place to another place. So as there is a lack of hemoglobin, the child is not able to carry over their function, becomes less energetic, very irritable, not taking their food, loss of appetite, and many infection can take place, like respiratory tract infection or gastrointestinal infection. And when they were taken to the doctor first find the child is very pale, and when they do the examination, spleen is the organ which is left side of the abdomen, which is palpable. So doctor think it could be a thalassemia major. They ask them to go for some test and all. When they go for some test, fetal hemoglobin found to be very high, around 95%, which should be around 1.5% in normal being. So that is the things which give the diagnosis. It could be a thalassemia major, and more diagnosis was done by doing this test.
Okay. So how does the child present, and are these the symptoms which
These are
make-
these are the symptoms. The child is very pale, not doing any function, very irritable, always want to lie down, don't want to take their food and all. So that is the only symptoms the child presents.
And how do you manage these children?
This is the first when this diagnosis is done,
Mm-hmm.
parents are shocked.
Okay.
Because not a single time in their family anyone is born with this disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And when this child is been born, the parents are very much shocked. So counseling of parent becomes the first priority.
Okay.
They have to accept that this child is thalassemia major, and they need lot of their attention, lot of their time, and then they have to give blood transfusion once in 15 to 21 days lifelong. They have to maintain the child's hemoglobin level more than 9 to 10 gram %.
Mm-hmm.
They have to maintain their hemoglobin. It can only be maintained by giving blood transfusion.
Okay.
And when you're giving blood, iron is also coming. And this following slide which show the structure of hemoglobin. The center part is iron, and it's surrounded by the alpha chain and globin chain. So
Okay.
there is a defect in the beta globin chain which make this thalassemia disease presentable. So that is the reason the child need blood transfusion, and along with blood transfusion, as iron is also coming along, so the iron chelating drugs is required to remove excess iron. So that becomes a very expensive part of the thing.
Okay.
As blood is given free, but drug can't be given free.
Yeah.
So those drugs are very, very expensive, and few companies only make, Novartis or Cipla.
So what is the expense for its management? How do you manage?
The management, like in our society, we give, because our blood bank has also come along on last year 20th March
Mhm.
by the name Thalassemia Sickle Cell Society Vuppala Venkaya Memorial Blood Bank
Mhm.
on 20th March,
Mhm.
and since then we are giving free blood to our thalassemic children,
Mhm.
and transfusion facility is also free to our society, and drugs also we give at a subsidized rate. So still the parents has to spend around 2 to 10,000 rupees per month lifelong. That is the cost of the treatment.
So it's a very costly disease. We
Very
can
costly
say.
disease.
Yeah.
Very
And
costly.
especially if any poor parents or their children are suffering from this disease, so it's very difficult for them to
whole
manage.
family is in crisis.
Could you tell us, Ratnavali, because you did mention that your child was suffering from this disease. So what was your thing when you came to know that your child was suffering? How did you take it?
Yeah.
Could you just tell us about that?
Yeah. My son Rohit was born in 1988,
Okay.
and while at that time in AP, there was no information on thalassemia.
Okay.
So the parent has to go around India to get information on thalassemia, and then come back to Hyderabad, and then take blood transfusion and other treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very, very hard for us.
Okay.
So to get 1 unit of blood, it took me 15 days to
Okay.
get 1 unit, because those days getting blood also was a difficult task for us.
Okay.
Because donors, we couldn't able to find donors.
Mm-hmm.
So those were the days where HIV was also just into the notice of the public. So people were confused with thalassemia and HIV.
Mm-hmm.
So they were they were not accepting my child.
Okay.
So they thought it was an infection which will in turn I get infected from my child, and if I go and talk to them also, there was a lot of social stigma those days.
Okay.
So I literally had to go to door step, ask for blood. But today we are having our own blood bank.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
We are giving our children like nearly 600 to 800 units per month. We are giving free of cost to our children.
Children who are suffering from
Yeah.
thalassemia.
So I'm talking about in 90s, early